What is going on, guys? We're back with another video today, and I know it's the Browns, but it's not really the Browns because we're doing another fantasy draft rebuild. We only did maybe one or two on the year. We are going to be doing our very first 2019 Rookies one of the year, though. So even though I kind of have an idea of where some players may go, there also may be a little bit of a surprise. And hopefully the team's not too similar to other ones, because we usually dominate the draft. Let's see what the draft is like here. Please be like 15 or something. 19, that works out perfectly fine with me. Todd Gurley goes right before us. I maybe would have taken him. Probably not, but maybe. First glance, not a fan. Just going to call it out there. I have no idea when Baker Mayfield goes, but it would be nice to have Baker Mayfield. What's his development? Star development? Oh, he'd be good for ages. This roster has Kyler as an 80 overall. What about Mitch? Quick development. I kind of want to go with someone new, but I also do want some sort of potential. Do we go with Michael Thomas? He's a great wide receiver, 25, so he'll last at least 5 seasons, and we won't need that many years, that's for sure. Tyreek Hill, he's only 1 year younger. Oh my lord, he's 99 speed and excel? Holy crap, he's great, don't get me wrong, but I think Michael Thomas would be better. And as much as I don't go for running backs high, I might take Zeke Elliott, because he is a freak in sim. I don't know what it is, but he is literally the greatest running back in sim history, it seems. I wish I could look at the previous picks. I think I can look in transactions. So if we look at transactions, we miss Aaron Donald by a few picks. Jadeveon, Myles Garrett, Denzel Ward, some really good names went before us. I think Mahomes is number 1. Oh yeah, yes, okay. Fair enough. Mahomes deserves to be number 1. He's sick in the game. Odell, and there's some really good players there. I think this is probably going to be Michael Thomas. He's 25. He's very solid. What about Von Miller, actually? Ooh, 29. I know he'll last a little bit, but we're going to go with Michael Thomas, the 25-year-old beast. Devontae Adams goes there. Von Miller still here. Interesting. Very interesting name. Le'Veon Bell. Zeke went already. Kareem Hunt. 23 overall, or 23 overall, 23 years old. I think the running back situation is always going to be Christian McCaffrey, right? Wide receiver, this is pretty much a last chance and another decent wide receiver, but this is usually where I go corner. If like Jair is there, I would definitely go with him. Where is he? He is there. He's going to go mid-second. Oh, I got who I want. I think I'm going Leighton Vander Esch. Leighton is insane. What about Miles, though? Like, Miles is actually at middle linebacker, and he could move over there, too. Damn, this actually got really hard all of a sudden. I don't know what to take. Because Jair is an amazing corner, and he always becomes a beast. He'll be gone after this round for sure. Miles Jack, linebacker is really hard to get, though. Got Devin White as well. Of course, most of the rookies I will move up to star and superstar development based on how good they are. You know, I'm going to go completely off of what we were going to do. I'm just thinking about what's hard to get in the draft, and pass rush is by far the hardest thing to get. So we're going to go Danielle Hunter. Hopefully Jair, maybe one of the linebackers still there in the 3rd round. Highly doubt it, but you never know. Leighton is still there. Wow, I am honestly shocked. You still have Roquan as well, though. And I really do like Leighton Vander Esch, though. Like, he's always a beast. There's just something about Leighton that always becomes a beast, so I'm just going to go with Leighton Vander Esch. I know it's probably unfair because we're going to end up giving him the star or superstar. I think we're going to give him superstar because I think, especially with Madden 20 when he's going to be a 73 overall, I think he's going to have superstar development. Kyler Murray, looking pretty good. What's his speed? A little high rated there, but it doesn't really matter for Sim. Kyler Murray it is with our 4th round pick, right? Reach, yeah, sure. I'm sure that Lamar Jackson's going to be here, right? Oh, crap, he is. False alarm. Look away. I was going to go with a cornerback on that pick, and by the looks of it, I probably should have. I was going to go with Marlon Humphrey. Very good player, but now we're pretty much stuck with maybe a safety. So this is a pretty good spot for Chris Jones, so we're going to go with Chris Jones. Now, this is where I would usually go with a guy like Amos, which obviously we're desperate to put him at cornerback, but I don't know if he's even going to be there. Amos definitely does not seem like he's here. Ali Marpet is still here, and he usually goes by now. The thing is, it's not very hard to trade for guards, and obviously this is a fantasy, so we're able to cheese anyone we want, in theory. I don't know. We're going to go with Tyrann Mathieu. I normally go with Jabril, but we could take him right after this. Oh, actually, Tyrann goes in like the 7th or 8th. I guess to be fair, we would have had to take him here anyways. See, there's other guys. I think we're going to go with Jabril here to potentially play corner because we're desperate. And if not, he could just play safety. So here we go with Evan Ingram. Nice little steal pick here for us. We're going to go with Devin Bush, I suppose. Don't want to risk any more linebackers. We need one more linebacker to complete the trio. This is right around where Rashaan Evans would go. So I'm going to go with Rashaan Evans. Finish our linebacking core off. Very good, very young. And Rashawn's the slowest, and even then he's still great. Le'Veon Bell, what the hell's going on here? Oh, it's because he has normal development. Fair enough. Wouldn't Le'Veon Bell... Oh, did they take him out of the game this year? I don't see why they would. Like, he would be out of the game, but he should still be in the bit. Actually, maybe they would take him out. Interesting. Do I want to cheese it? Maybe. Do have Christian McCaffrey, who's really good anyways, though. I mean, I really don't know what to take here, so I'm just going to take Le'Veon Bell. I don't know. I don't know what else to take. I know Ali Marpet and them are still there, but they should still be here for this next round. So we should be able to take... Ooh, this actually could have been a bad decision, because we should be able to take one of them. I don't want to lose Marpet and Shaq, but we may lose one of them, so I'm going to go with whoever's best. I suppose I'll go Ali Marpet. Pretty sure Shaq usually goes early mid, so I should have maybe went with Shaq. It is what it is, though. Whoever's there is there at this point. Yeah, Shaq did go, but that's fine. We still have Try Turner. He's okay. I made a mistake. Screw it, Xavier Howard, I guess. Wait, actually, let's make sure there's no one else. Yeah, Xavier Howard. I'm pretty sure McCaffrey goes, like, mid-16, so, like, right around here. Would probably miss him if we don't take him here. We already have a running back, though, so I may be willing to let him go, depending on what else is at stake. Screw it, we're going to go with McCaffrey. He's a very worthwhile person to have. Maybe we trade him or Bell off. I don't know. See, the running backs just went. Marshall Yonda, he's still there. I get he's not, you know, the most attractive because he's old, but I mean, I'm into older guys. I mean, what the hell? 78 strength? What the I'm debating on Derek Barnett, who's an 80 overall, 22 with quick development, 76 speed, really bad speed, 83 power move, 78 block shed, or Za'Darius, who's a much higher overall, but he's 3 years older, no quick development, bad block shed, much faster. Za'Darius it is. I want the higher overall. It's hard to develop linemen, which makes no sense because I just took a normal development lineman. So we're going to take Jonah Williams and obviously make him better. Probably bump his strength up to like 88 and his dev to star. I think it's fair, even though we're kind of cheating. We'll make all the other guys good too, don't worry. We're also going to take Garrett Bradbury. Oh, he looks a lot better. We'll make him only quick dev though. I think quick development for him is a little bit fair. I think it's fair. Okay? Stop yelling. What's not fair is our lack of wide receivers. I don't even remember how hard it is to trade for receivers, but I remember it being, ooh, N'Keal Harry, actually. N'Keal. Wait, where's Marquise? I didn't even think about those guys. Are they... Wait a minute. There's young people still. I forgot about that. Is Marquise, like, dead gone? Well, here's one way to do it. Yep, he's gone. That's one way to do it. DK Metcalf, obviously. We may have missed out on, like, basically every... Oh, we made a mistake. I was just letting all the DTs fly up the board. I didn't know we were actually going to run out. We need a big guy at left or right end. Desperately. Ah, well, would you look at that? DJ Readers sitting there, ready for the picking. I'll take it. Thank you, DJ, for sitting here for so long for us. Just waiting to be plucked, huh? You know, like, he was there for a long time. When that being said, ultra reach for Greedy Williams. And I mean ultra reach. He was down there. I know we could have went with some rookies, but I'm going to go with a little bit more of a proven talent. Mitch Morse to finish up the offensive line. We're going to go with Darnell Savage. Super fast, super beast. I think we'll maybe put it on quick development. I don't know. We'll see. But I want to see a like on this video. I mean, we still have Hawkinson and Noah Fant there. I'm taking both of them. I want to see a like on the video if you enjoy the hard work we're doing here, where we're going to have to change the development out of all these guys. It's going to be a tough one for this tight end situation because obviously if they were better than normal development, they probably would have went sooner. But even then, they should have still went sooner because they're rookies and they're really good. I don't know. At this point, I think literally you just kind of choose who you want. Like, there's no real, like, Must have. Oh, actually, we're pick 25. Kicker is about to go. So Justin Tucker, welcome to the team. He's getting on the other side, 28. Ooh, the cornerbacks are actually getting kind of bad. We made a mistake again. Sean Bunting. My man. I wonder if Jamel's in this. Now, there's literally no reason to be mad at me, but we may have missed on DK Metcalf. I'm just saying. We may have missed on DK Metcalf. Maybe we did. Maybe we did. Bit of a low overall you got there. Scott Miller, another guy that's kind of fast, and whoever made this clearly got lazy. I mean, there's no reason not to have the best fullback, right? Like, I get Patrick is younger, but there's no reason not to make the best team ever. And we're going to go with Johnny Hecker. Normally I go with the young guys, but like, what's the point? It's a special teamer. Calm down. So this is what the roster looks like. Obviously, there's going to be lots of trading going on. I do not expect the receiving core to look this bad, but it could. I mean, you don't know me. I don't know you. Maybe starting tight end is Hawkinson or Fant. I'm not sure, but we do have a lot of offensive linemen that will be moving over as well, so we'll have an okay line, I think. Maybe. Probably not. We may need to trade for someone as well. Maybe Shaq Mason. I don't know. Coverage linebacker, of course, will be moving players around. Rashawn Evans will be playing left out. The safeties might move around to play, corner and all that. So 82 overall is an amazing overall considering we're not even done yet. I'm going to change the positions over. We're going to see the overall we actually drafted, then trade what we have and see what we actually come out with. I think we can easily get this to an 85 at least. Not to mention that we're going to be getting some draft picks along the way. That can't be right. Surely. How are we in 82? I just moved all the backups into starting spots. That's inaccurate, and I may sue. I might not, but I probably will. So unfortunately, year one is very hard to trade for players. Cannot get a wide receiver, but James White, Hawkinson, and a 4th round for Quentin Nelson. We trade Mitch Morse and Garrett Bradbury for a 1st round and a 3rd round from the Titans. Tried so hard to get some sort of wide receiver, could not. So this just happens to be our wide receiver core this year. Deion Lewis, LaShawn McCoy, and Giovanni Bernard for the Jets' 1st round pick. Once again, this is a fantasy draft, obviously. If you didn't know that by now, I don't know what the hell you've been watching. But obviously, we don't know what the results are going to be for, the draft. I mean, obviously, I looked at some of their teams. The teams we chose didn't look too great, but once again, you just never know. So we trade Devin Singletary, Patrick Richard, and Donald Penn for the 1st round pick from the Bills. A lot of these picks, I'm probably going to use the trade for a wide receiver come draft time, because that's really all we're missing at this point, assuming Kyler Murray gets up there. Same with Evan Ingram. The offensive line's pretty decent. Can't really draft anyone better than what we have. Wait, did we trade too many players? 1, 2, 3. Oh, crap. God, I hate when I do this. I didn't want to give this much up, but I think we actually have a chance of having a really special first year. And obviously, with all these rookies on board, we want the best chance to win. And obviously, the best chance comes from... No, we didn't either. Okay, I was about to say. I think Brandon Linder probably fits center the best, considering he kind of maybe is actually a center. Oh, Quentin has superstar dev. That's quite the nice. I mean, offensive lineman dev apparently doesn't even matter, because you could have superstar or normal. You're not developing at all as an offensive line unless you maybe make the Pro Bowl. Wide receiver, really, unfortunate that we couldn't find somebody to upgrade that position, but that's the way it goes. Sometimes best cornerback is Tyrann Mathieu, so that's where we're playing him. We actually should probably put him actually at cornerback, though. And then looking at our rookies, I gave Kyler Murray superstar development. I didn't change any of the wide receiver, the rookies, because they're kind of low. Jonah has star. Of course, Garrett has quick, but we traded him. Devin Bush has star development. Savage has quick. Greedy still has quick. Oh, no, he does have star. Gave him star. I was like, should I give him star or quick? I don't know, and there we are, I suppose. Didn't change Sean Bunting. Maybe I should. And that's pretty much it. Obviously, we still have to change all the other rookies, first-rounders. We have to change that because I want to make it as realistic as possible in the sense that those guys will at least perform well. Here we are headed to the playoffs, and we're obviously in it because we're a god-tier team. 13-3 to be exact. Honestly, I expected more. I'm actually disappointed. I'm not, but we probably could have won all 16 games. So we lost to the Buccaneers, we lost to the Raiders, and we lost to the Chargers. Interesting. I don't know who's good out of those teams. Steelers 5-10-1. Did we trade for their pick? We may have traded for the pick. Hopefully. Kyler Murray, not a great season, but maybe enough to win Rookie of the Year. Probably not. Le'Veon Bell, though. 1,700 yards, 19 touchdowns. I gave him star development, and he moved up to superstar on his own. Taking a look at receivers, Thomas may have dropped. He did drop in development. Evan Ingram, did he jump in development? That should be jump. Really? I really thought he would have jumped in development there. I don't know. Maybe it's receptions for some of the guys that, you know, maybe they want receptions. Watch the sack totals suck. Oh, come on. I mean, that's not terrible, but it could have been better, obviously. Kicking just in time. I mean, the numbers don't make any sense. Like, we have a great team, and yet our numbers are actually kind of bad. Le'Veon Bell was number 4. Let's take a look at the rest of it. Defensive Player of the Year was Devin Bush, just straight up Defensive Player of the Year. Oh, come on, Kyler. You could have won, man. That's a huge loss there. Devin Bush is probably like a 99 overall at this point. We didn't win as many awards as we were hoping to, but we did get a bye week, and obviously we're still going to have good upgrades. You know, that's not terrible. So we're a 90 overall year 1, and that's, you know, before the trade/draft. So this could be just a clean sweep. 3 straight Super Bowls. We'll see. You know, no fantasy team is going to be even close to a 90 overall. So to the end of the game. Left to right is the Chargers. They are up 10-0 at this point. Guess being a great team and an amazing regular season team means nothing, as we've put up 3 points in a whole quarter, or a whole half anyways. Defense is doing a really good job, considering, you know, this is the playoffs, and they've held them to, what, 20 points with the offense playing that poorly? Oh, now the offense really? I mean, I kind of have to let them kick the field goal. We need that tie. And defense, please. Thank you. Come on, offense. Win the game. 3rd and 10. Clutch conversion. On 3rd and 1. Sacked. Is it going OT? We better be calling timeouts, right? I would assume we call the timeout. Oh, you... Look at the kick. And they didn't call a timeout. Nice. Oh, and McCaffrey gets a nice spin. If you would have called a timeout, he would have been at the 50 with like 10 seconds. Way to go, EA, with your perfect coding. There you go, defense. That was so clutch. Offense, come on. You just need a field goal. 3rd and 3 from the 46. Is this field goal potential? I don't know what the wind is like. I know it's risky. Don't get me wrong. But 4th and 3, you convert. You probably win the game. I think it's worth it. You got some really good receivers as well. McCaffrey over the middle. Safe bet is he's going to hold on to it, obviously. To the 38. Kyler Murray's having a pretty good game. The accuracy's a little off. Maybe the guys are dropping the ball, you know. Receivers aren't that great on this team other than Michael and maybe Evan Ingram, I suppose. And did we get a touchdown on the very next play? This is what it seemed like. Is that what the case? I guess it was. Nice game for Kyler Murray. Not bad at all. Le'Veon Bell. Be nice to see him put up better numbers in the postseason, but that's beside the point. And perfect kicking. Everything went pretty damn well, I'd say. Even after all those awards and whatnot, Devin Bush still is only a 90 overall. I mean, or 91, whatever he is. I would have figured a little higher. I mean, look at Leighton Vander Esch, star development. He's like the same overall, and he had nowhere near the season he did awards-wise. Going against the Titans, it's going to be a free shot to the Super Bowl. 82 overall Titans. I mean, 82 is a pretty basic overall for a fantasy draft team. You usually get around 79 to 82, so... I mean, this should be a walk into the Super Bowl, huh? Starting off with a touchdown, already scored more points in the first quarter than we did last game's first half. 14-7, 17-7. Really not looking as dominant as we probably could, but still, it's a very good game. And here we go, second half really heating up. Start of the 4th quarter, we scored touchdown, so here we are with the victory, 42-14 at this point. And there we go, 42-21. The victory has been had. And that's all that matters. Obviously, we want to win. Kyler Murray with almost the exact same passer rating. Of course, Le'Veon Bell with a little bit better of a game than last week. Really good plays, yards per play and all that. Danielle Hunter, okay. Very good game from Danielle. I like that. Devin Bush, nice game. 2 for 2 for Tucker. And we're on to the Super Bowl year 1. I mean, that's kind of what happens in these fantasy drafts because you can draft so much better than the AI. And... that doesn't even factor in the the draft and, what we're going to trade for before the draft. During the draft, we might trade our draft picks for a crazy wide receiver. Oh, what do you know? The Browns versus the Lions. You gotta love it. I guess here we are, going against the Lions. 13-3 versus 13-3. They're in 84 overall. Top tier for an AI fantasy draft team. We should win. I mean, on par, on paper, we're usually the best team in the league already. All right, starting off, who has the ball? Don't know. First quarter ends with a score for us. I think we're left to right here. There's probably a way to see that, to know without having to, guess it. 17-0. Oh, start of the second half. Nice long run for the Lions. It's a little bit of a closer game now. We have this 10-point lead, 13-point lead. They have a chance. Who's got the ball? Oh, we won the game. Oh, no, we didn't. Did we win? 4th and 1, negative 2-yard rush by Bell. Wow, they got a chance at a Hail Mary. I mean, I agree with the decision to run the ball, or maybe not run it, but to hold on to the ball instead of punting it. You want your best players to have the ball last if you can hold them off. But here we are. Really, EA? Why is this so stupid? That would have actually been such a sick moment, 3 seconds left. Matthew Stafford, surprisingly, obviously has the arm to hit that to the end zone, and yet he just throws it early, and I just skipped ahead. I forgot it was the Super Bowl. That's how easy it felt to make it to the Super Bowl in this. We just killed it. Obviously, we had an insane draft. Maybe didn't have the greatest receivers to catch one anyways, but still, I mean, I would have liked to see an actual real Hail Mary attempt rather than a quick throw. I don't understand why the game doesn't have better coding for that. Gostkowski missed a field goal, which obviously I would assume may have changed the outcome of the game. That's a little bit shocking. Really, we don't even need to get better. We're already better the way it is. Hakeem Butler actually developed himself as a potential starting receiver for this team, at minimum a number 3. Probably going to trade for somebody decent, like maybe Stephon Diggs or someone cool to play number 2. Yonda, if he stays on the team, would be perfect, because obviously we'd probably go back-to-back easily. Yonda does stay. I mean, his team looks good to me. We've got trade bait on trade bait. Getting ready for a very good offseason. All right, so negotiations. Obviously, we're in a fantasy draft, so probably not going to see much here. Dieter, I think we did re-sign one person. Oh, no, we didn't re-sign. Damn it, we didn't re-sign Scott, who is very slow, but we'll fix that. I completely forgot to do that. A little bit too expensive there, buddy. Glad to sign. If only he knew we're about to cheat. I mean, he is a really low overall, even if his speed was higher. So I think it was something like this. It's something similar to that. What was his catching? He was actually pretty damn good in the game. I'm not going to worry about any more than that. What is his overall now that we updated him? Still pretty low overall. Probably not going to even use him, but I'll take the long-term backup. Who cares? There's really going to be nobody in free agency here. Honestly, I'm not even really worried about the draft either. It's going to be spent, a lot of our picks are going to be spent on trading to get a wide receiver. We really need a wide receiver that's top tier. I want to get someone new. Do we go with Stephon Diggs maybe? I don't know. I really don't know. Let's take a look at the rookies. Once again, I have no idea who is even going to be worth taking here. First things first, we got to see who we need. So quarterback, running back, wide receiver. Wide receiver is a need. Offensive lineman, we could use a new one for Yonda, but I don't know. We're pretty set there. Honestly, we might not even need one for Yonda. He might actually stay the entirety. First pick is 13. We have, I believe, 4 first-round picks, no? Actually, we might only have 3. We trade pick 19, a 3rd round, and Xavier Howard for DeAndre Hopkins. Plenty of options, and he was kind of the most fun. I was going to go with Devontae Adams, but I wanted DeAndre Hopkins. I know he's older, and everything it was, pointed towards me not doing that, because I just can't live in a world where age isn't a thing in franchise. It just makes me want to explode. Did we trade all 3 of our first-round picks? We did. Did we also gain 2 really good players? Definitely did that. But did we also get to pick 12? We did. I would actually make that trade. Sean Bunting and Josh Jones. I'd take it. Especially in this class, trash class. But there could be someone here for us. There could be. There definitely is, and there's nobody here for us. That center is pretty decent, though. He's a good run blocker. I think if the center is the... Ooh, I should move up, actually. I kind of want that center. Here we go. Pick 12 and 96 and Hardy for pick 6. I'll tell you what. I like fantasy draft. As much as I like a challenge, I like not having to worry about, making it realistic. It's just, some people are like, you actually worry about it being realistic in your realistic rebuilds? Jeez, what a confuse me. Did that center actually go? Are you like some sort of hater of anything happiness towards my life? Top 5? I mean, don't get me wrong. I thought he was pretty good myself, but top 5. I mean, I was about to take him at 6, so what can I really say? But top 5. All right. I mean, I'm trading this down, I guess. So we trade pick 6 for the 46th pick this year and then Panthers first round next year. Who do they take at 6? Was that the guy we had on the list? I don't think it was. 77 overall is decent, though. You never know. So we trade 5th, 6th this year and a projected 65 next to move up to 13, which will be one of the picks. Obviously, in a rebuild where we're not even really needing talent, we're gonna take the wide receiver first. Let's be honest. No, we're not, because he's a 6th runner. Never mind. False alarm. I guess we're not. Mid 4. I mean, I guess we're gonna take the safety. That's the more fun pick. A lot of potential. Quick development. Okay, so there is a little bit of depth in the draft. Normally, you would see a normal development player here, but he actually did have quick. Okay, so fair enough. It wasn't normal or star, which is like the only 2 options you have at that position, basically, in the draft. Not actually as bad as you might think. He's probably going to be like 88 speed, maybe 90 excel and agility if we're lucky. I don't know. Normal development. Oh my god, he's trash. 75 overall. It's one of the higher overall Mr. Relevance. Yeah, he's irrelevant. Wait, is this the center? Did he go number 1? I think it was this guy, actually. I don't remember. Either way, neither were really worth it. Here's the guy that was traded up for. Yikes. Yeah, this was a really bad draft. This was that early guy, the 4.61. He's only got 85 speed, though. And he's got a lot of potential if he can at least get to 90 speed. 93 excel and 95 agility is pretty damn good. But that's super undersized with that speed. Like, they just randomly generated, didn't they? They put no thought into, like, this stuff. Here's Jordan Waller, the guy that we saw, but he was really slow. Nick Francisco. Ooh, that was the power back. He's actually got some chances. I know 23 is not great for age, but he's got a chance. Give him a chance, guys. Raiola, great speed and just not good anything else. Here's Carroll, the guy who was going to debatably go for a running back. Definitely would have been worth the pick, but we don't need a running back, so it is what it is. I mean, there's really not much to update on the team. I think we're going to trade whatever draft picks belong to us, and then that's about it. We're going to keep McCaffrey and, as the backup, going to make this the stacked team that it is. And we're only going to get better after, Fitzpatrick gets a full year under the Browns effect here. He should be like a 95 overall. We'll start working on that zone coverage, make him a little bit more balanced. Tyrann Mathieu, quick development. I guess before we have a true number 1 now with Minka. Tyrann Mathieu fits as that number 2/3 a lot better. Yeah, I'm not trading for their pick. Somehow they're pick 7. That is quite the offense you got there. Tyler Eifert. Yeah, they have no offensive line, though. That's strugglesome. Defense, yeah, very bad defense as well. Seems like the similar situation Rodgers used to. Maybe not the wide receiver talent, but still. So I offered Deontay Thompson a pick 32 and 64 for the Colts' projected 4th round. 4th round? That would be terrible. 4th pick overall. And that's pretty much it. We'll fill up the backups. Obviously, we only have 44 players. Maybe change the scheme and playbook as well. But this is a stacked offense. Obviously, we have 2 great wide receivers, talented tight end core, best running back core in the league, best offensive line in the league, defensively, best pass rush in the league, best front 7 in the league. Actually, just the best defense in the league, really. Just amazing defense. So we changed the scheme, and the scheme fits a lot more people, 80% on both sides of the ball. Looks good to me. 93 overall going in, and probably 99 going out. So we have some guys to re-sign. Hakeem Butler had a really good season in catches, and I guess his goal may have been catches. Superstar development trait, Johnny Hekker will remain on the team, I suppose. Kyle Juszczyk, I normally wouldn't care about a fullback, but he is the best fullback in the league. And then Hakeem Butler, we'll give him a 5-year. I don't want to give him... Nah, we'll give him a 7-year. He's starting off to a really good start. Obviously, that may change now that he's not a true starter. Headed to the playoffs, we just came off of a Super Bowl season. We're easily the best team in the league, so I mean, when's our bye week? Am I right? Of course, 15-1. Le'Veon Bell was the league MVP. All right. Not bad at all. I'll take that. So we lost to the Niners in a very epic fashion. That's like a this is like a historic season we had here. I don't know what Kyler Murray's numbers are like because we did switch to a little bit more of a run-heavy scheme. But still, he might have decent numbers. Oh, that's pretty good numbers. 41 touchdowns, 9 picks, just under 4,000 yards. That would have been, that would have been a MVP year. I mean, you usually don't see 14 touchdowns from the backup. I'm surprised Le'Veon Bell had enough touchdowns to get the MVP award. Even though we had a great season and Le'Veon Bell was great, we may have to. He doesn't drop dev because of the thing. I mean, he did have a really good season, anyways, considering, but. We may have to change the scheme anyways, just so we can have... I want a bit more of a passing offense. I mean, obviously, I just want to win anyways, but Le'Veon Bell in the offseason, or in the postseason, is so bad, like, running. So if we rely on him... Look at that. Look at that. Seems to be a pretty good decision to go with Zadarius Smith, I must say. The man has just dominated here. I don't know. I think we probably should switch. Danielle Hunter, though. I mean, it seems like almost the same season, right? No? I guess not. Pick totals, Devin Bush was nice. Minka, he was star dev already. Stays star, doesn't go up. Kicking, Tucker, a little disappointing. Punting, 53.3 average. We've had ourselves a pretty good season, almost an undefeated one. Game won't give it to us, though. Kyler Murray has upgrades. I'll use those personally. And then Minka has a few himself. You know what? I'll keep Tyron at number 1. I'll let it happen. Going against the playoffs. Going against the Steelers in the playoffs here. We'll let the scheme go. I mean, the scheme fit is... We're starting to develop into it. 82 overall Steelers. It'd be a disappointment not to have a three-peat in this one. All right, end of the game. Every game should be a 50-point win. So, let's see. Not really on par for 50 points here, guys. Just saying. I'm just saying. Not on par for 50 points. I mean, it's a 10-all game against, an 82 overall roster. Just saying. I mean, this game doesn't need an overhaul. Madden doesn't need to be fixed. It's perfectly fine. You know, why would a skillful roster reflect with your success, you know? It doesn't make any sense. I mean, hey, we just threw a pick in crunch time when we should just run the ball out. Defense is sick, though. 19 points allowed, which is really good considering our offense was... horrendous. I would love to see how many picks. You mean Kyler Murray, you just threw a pick. Simply play. Yeah, we can't trust Le'Veon Bell with the ball. I don't know how he won MVP, yet he just sucks in the postseason. Really? Really? Do we just let it live, though? I mean, we're going to get screwed in sim regardless. At least we have scheme fit now, I suppose. But yeah, I don't know. Le'Veon Bell, I can't really trust the man. Can I? End of the game, 7-0. 14-0, here we go. A little bit of a more successful game, even though the Titans are a better team than the Steelers. You know, the Titans, there's an AI Titans YouTuber talking about how unfair this is at this point, even though obviously they're in a really good position considering we're much better than them. I mean, I don't really like these slight wins considering we're so good, but we're winning, I suppose. Kyler Murray, this scheme really does not fit the team. Le'Veon Bell did do a lot better, though, in fairness. I mean, we should be able to rely on a guy like Le'Veon Bell. I mean, this team would be so good. Le'Veon Bell and then McCaffrey as a backup. 2 starting caliber running backs in the same backfield. Take a look at the Pro Bowl roster. I wonder how many guys we actually have. Kyler Murray, Le'Veon Bell. We have a fullback. Apparently none of our wide receivers because the stats weren't great. 3rd tight end, really? Interesting. Interesting stuff. No left tackle, no, we do have left guard. Ali Marpet. We have the center. We have a backup right guard. We have a right tackle. We actually have both right tackles, no? So we don't have an actual left tackle. That's why we didn't win it. We would have had a starting lineup in the... I mean, we have a starting lineup. 2 left ends, apparently. DT, no. Linebacker, no. Devin Bush, yes. Tyrann Mathieu. Safeties, no. Hecker, yes. McCaffrey is a punt return. We had a lot of Pro Bowlers. We had like 80% of the Pro Bowl. I'll take it. 80% of the Pro Bowl is 80% of the Pro Bowl. Going against the 49ers, who I believe made a decent push the other year as well. 96 overall now to another 89 overall team. This, Titans and Niners, shout out to them. Not bad. All right, here we are. Game's almost on the... Oh, my Lord. I looked away for a second, and the sim went quite quick. It's a very good Super Bowl, though, so this is interesting. Cannot convert the 2-point conversion, can they? They did not. Deshaun Watson couldn't get the job done. Relying on Le'Veon Bell. And the reliance is a good one because we have repeated as Super Bowl champions of the world. Even though the world doesn't really play football, do they? I mean, they don't play American football. 31-29. That's a worthwhile Super Bowl. I mean, obviously it kind of lackluster with Le'Veon Bell just hammering the rock. Is it raining in a dome? Now I will say I seen little vents. I will say that. However, in response to that, I don't think they would have the dome open if there was rain. And now in response to that, maybe there is no retractable roof. So that's all. These are all the things that we have to say. Le'Veon Bell, deserving of MVP, had a really good game. Finally can depend on the man. Last 2 games, really solid. The first one, I almost pulled the plug on that thing, but then I was like, you know what? Le'Veon Bell, I'm going to give him another chance. I'm going to give him another chance. That's all I'm going to say. Give him another chance. Good job, team. I'll tell you that. Hopkins and company did what they had to do. Devin Bush, obviously a part of it. Receiving core, not as great, though. You know, very spread offense. No one player really had. I mean, even Hakeem Butler debatably had the best season on the entire team receiving-wise. So it's kind of fun in that sense, but I wish we kind of just had the 2 main guys just balling out rather than spreading around that much. Passing, really not a passing game at all. It really was just the Le'Veon Bell show, honestly. Receiving, Evan Ingram, despite low numbers for Murray, had a really good game. Defensively, Devin Bush with 10 tackles. Chandler Jones went off. Zadarius Smith actually kind of surprising me in this rebuild. I had no idea he was going to be great. But I saw his, ratings. He was kind of sitting there at a good time, so it made a lot of sense for us to draft him when we did. He was pretty perfect. 84 overall, only 25. That's not terrible. Normal development kind of sucks. Or what was he, quick? I don't know. Not great, but yeah, obviously he's developed well, What is it, 24 sacks total in the last 2 seasons? That's not bad. So we have negotiations. I don't really think we have much to work with, though. Like Malik Jefferson, cool little backup, I suppose. He probably won't even get an offer. Josh Jones, he'll be worth it for somebody, but not us. And, I mean, let's just go right into it. Final season, we had our 2-peat. Can we get our 3-peat? Can we just have a successful one? Just one of the hands-down best rebuilds we've ever had. Just simply dominating. Marlon Mack. McCaffrey might need a contract somewhat soon, but I'm not really too worried about it. Austin Eckler, Henry. I mean, there's really not much we need here. I mean, how many draft picks do we have? I think we have 2 first-rounders. I really don't know when we need to draft. Maybe Yonda gets replaced. Yeah, Yonda definitely gets replaced because he's gone. We could trade for someone. We'll see what the draft is like. If there's actually a good lineman, we'll go for one. If not, we'll trade for one. Wide receiver, Dondre Fitzgerald. It's an interesting name. He's actually pretty damn good. I mean, we don't need him, but definitely interested to see what he's all about. White power back, cool and all, but just not really great. Aaron Raynaud is pretty solid. He's undersized, but not bad at all. Very good player. Cornerback, we got one of those fast guys. Overall, looking for a lineman, and once again, we're coming back to another really poor draft. These are just terrible drafts, man. Like, this is just really bad. Like, there was one first-round caliber lineman, it seemed. Pick 6, though. Hopefully that was the Colts pick, so it made a little bit more sense that we traded so much away for it. But obviously, we knew we were going to be a bad draft pick, so there's really no point. Can't get much better than Zach Martin. 99 overall. He's 29, so he'll last at least 2 to 3 years minimum. And obviously, we don't even need 2 to 3 years. Aaron Raynaud, he's 23. We don't really need him. But if he's there in our pick, maybe we take him anyways. As just like future-proofing, even though, once again, we're probably never going to touch this team again. He's not there. Nevin Austin, a little bit better of a future-proof. Who are our safeties, though? Like, we have 2 really young safeties. There's really no point. Wow, this is a really good game, man. This is one of those really good games. That makes us, I mean, so much sense. You wouldn't want to risk, pick 15 and move up all the way to 6. To lose that next year, 3rd round, whew. That'd be a really tough decision. I'm surprised they went with it. Man, take an 83 wide receiver? I don't know, man. They're going to... Analysts are going to be making fun of that move for a long time with those guys, man. Hopefully it works out for them because that was just such a risky move. I don't know how they did it. Tavecchio, decent player, it seems. Normal development, 78 overall. Wish the development was better, but holy Crizzoli. He's actually insane. He's very good. I mean, he has a little bit of zone coverage. Actually, a lot of coverage. He's actually sick. 84 jumping as well. I mean, the stamina could be a little bit better, but wow, you're pretty good, dude. Let's take a look at the draft recap. We had one player, and he was pretty good. You know, not bad at all. Cameron Zimmerman. Like, you know how mad you guys would be if the Packers just casually just drafted a third straight. I mean, I guess we didn't draft Brett Favre, but drafted a third straight Hall of Fame beast. You guys would be so pissed. I mean, he's almost like a Rodgers out the gate. A little bit lower on the speed, but this is actually kind of haunting how close he is to a Rodgers. Maybe Superstar doesn't fit as much because Rodgers obviously had to develop quite a bit, but damn, you guys would be pissed. I wouldn't be. Reynaud, he was definitely worth the pick. Super good player. What's that wide receiver? Here he is. Oh! That's not Reynaud. Wow, okay, I forgot that there was a... Yeah, he's good. Good agility. Jumping's a little low. I'm not really sure how he's an 83 overall, though. Like, I guess he's pretty decent with that deep route. I guess the deep route's carrying it. Not a bad first round, actually. Maybe underrated a little bit. There's a couple of key players, but obviously we just don't pay attention as much because we don't need anyone. You know, we're pretty much stacked beyond belief. Ooh, Le'Veon Bell, is he dropping? I feel like he was a 99, no? I guess maybe not. I mean, our lineman position got even better, so we just keep getting better as a team, so in theory, we should win another, right? I mean, that's kind of how that works. Well, here's the roster. 96 overall team. Looking absolutely sickeningly good. Did Jonah ever go up higher? Star development. I'll take it. I'll take the team looking the way it does. Quick development for McCaffrey. I like it. I like what we're dealing with. Maybe a few positions could be better. It's not like we're completely maxed, but we're pretty good. Actually, what's Devin Bush? I know he's not quite as good as Devin White, but Superstar development trait. We gave him star, and then he obviously went up to Superstar. He had really good seasons. 140 tackles, 4 picks last season, I believe. Very good coverage. Holy crap. He's actually insane. The number 2 middle linebacker, ironically. I wonder who number 1 is. I actually want to take a look at what his ratings are like. Can't remember what team he's on, but we'll find that pretty easily, I would assume. To the Giants. All right, so 2 really beastly linebackers. Could be the Luke Kuechly and Bobby Wagner of the next generation. Be kind of cool. Very fast. Oh, my God. His man cover is nowhere near as good as our guy, but he's kind of a better player. A little bit. So we do have some negotiations. We're starting to have to sign maybe those round 15 or later guys. No offense, dropped all the way to normal. He's not going to get a contract. Za'Darius Superstar Development Smith. Whether he stays Superstar Development's irrelevant. He's played really well for us. He deserves the contract. 32 is a little old, but obviously, it doesn't have to be guys like Mack and Vaughn who last till 35. It could be new guys like Za'Darius if they earn it. I can remember who it was that we had recently. It was Preston Smith, ironically. He lasted till he was like 33 into the 90 overalls, and he played really well for us in our rebuild we had, I believe, of the Packers. I would assume it was like an updated one. I don't think we have to worry about anyone else, though. The question is, have we done it? Have we done it? Please tell me we've done it. We didn't. Kyler Murray with the MVP. We were 10-0 at the time we were re-signing. Who did we lose to? Was it the Niners again? The Giants. Wow, speaking of the Giants, good old Devin White. Who won that matchup? Kyler, you suck. It was probably Devin, considering there's 2 picks. No, I mean, it was Devin because he had 16 tackles, but what's the difference? That's a lot of tackles, man. Devin Bush, not even half. Jesus, Devin White killed it. Taking a look at the stats, Kyler Murray with 49 magical touchdowns, 6 picks. He had 2 picks in that Giants game. That should have been a 16-0 team. 4,300 yards just about. Le'Veon Bell actually improved from last season, which is kind of weird to say. Still superstar development trait. McCaffrey stole a lot of touchdowns, still looking good. Receiving, Hakeem Butler, is he superstar dev? Like, he deserves it almost. Like, he's been killing it as a number 3. Absolutely wilding out. DeAndre Hopkins, that should be a star development. It is. Michael Thomas could be all the way to normal at this point now. Quick. I don't remember his last season, in fairness. Maybe he just went down to quick. Offensive line, a little worse than you would expect with how great we are, but maybe we're taking more risks because we believe in our line. That's the thing I would normally see, is that a great line would probably give up a couple of sacks because, you know, the greater the line, the more trust you have in those guys. So you might stay in the pocket a little longer. You might hold out for a better play a little bit longer. So, you know, the numbers may be skewed a little bit, but obviously the time, you know, to play without pressure is probably really damn good. I mean, we're down 7, start of the second quarter. It's the closest the team's come to beating us so far. Kinda. Niners did a pretty damn good job in the Super Bowl, in fairness. 17-10. Defense is doing its best defensive job as usual. Offense is really making it hard on them, but, you know, defense playing their part, and we do win the game. Definitely a defensive win. Offense really struggled. I would say there's probably a couple of turnovers. Yeah, Murray with a pick. Le'Veon Bell was pretty damn good, though, in fairness. You know, outshining his James Conner counterpart. That's a tough one. Don't make fun of me until you try it. I know one of you is like, James Conner counterpart, James Conner counterpart. It's not really that hard at all, mate. Head of the conference championship, going against the Titans again. If you say so. They've upgraded themselves 3. We've only upgraded ourselves 1, so things happen, I suppose. Start of the second quarter, up 14-6. A little bit of a scoring break, but, you know, trying to give them a chance, I suppose. Okay, not too much of a chance, fellas. I mean, you don't want to lose the game here. There we go. Three-peat incoming. This team's insane. Absolutely insane. 56-13. I was about to say, can we break 60? I don't think I've ever seen a 60 break in a sim for a rebuild. Almost wanted to come in there and make a play under 300 yards, but had 5 passing touchdowns. Le'Veon Bell was worked to the core. Still had a really good game considering, you know, he probably did have a good 10 rushes or more where he was just going against a stacked box. So I'm not going to put it on him that he had 3.7 yards per carry on 130 yards. That's just, you know, being not creative late in the game, in my opinion. The Buccaneers, eh? All right. Hopefully we can also meet this fate in our legacy franchise in Madden 20 Connected Franchise. Here it is, the Super Bowl. Can we do the three-peats? Very good defensive battle so far. I'm not a huge fan of it, to be honest. 7 all. I mean, we're obviously just so dominant. They're an 87 overall. We're a 96, so 17-7, really? 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 Like, really? I get going for it here is probably not a smart idea, but like, really? This is your this is your offense, and you put up 10 points? Excuse me? How is that even possible? I actually have such a confused look on my face. I'm just like, what? Put up 56 points a week ago, and you're playing a team that's worse, and you struggle? 3rd and 6, sacked by Christopher Jones. I don't know if that's even his real name, but obviously I don't care what his name is at this point because he just won us the Super Bowl. These are the things you do to win games, you know? I'm just saying. You go for it on 4th and 3. You risk it all. You drive down and score a touchdown. You win the game. The Browns have won 3 straight Super Bowls. Laughing stock of the league, turned into the greatest franchise of all time. Don't worry, Browns fans. I got you covered. All you need to do is convince the commissioner to reset every team, have a fantasy draft, let every other team take all the young, good players, and then, you know, make it where you could trade for anyone you want and just draft whatever you want if you want, I suppose. Devin Bush, MVP? Is he? Is that what that is? Because that's usually the screen they show for MVP, isn't it? Either way, I mean, we've kind of seen this whole thing play out, I suppose. If you want to see the away uniforms, here you go. We've won a damn Super Bowl in every uniform we can ever ask for at this point. And obviously, we're the champions of the world again. 3 straight Super Bowls. As much as I expected it and it didn't seem like a challenge, EA has obviously screwed us in sim before, so it's still pretty damn impressive. So Darius Smith earning that contract desperately. Not really desperately, but Devin Bush, 2 picks. Definitely deserved himself a a Super Bowl MVP, specifically considering how much we struggled. Speaking of struggles, Berg, yikes. Well, were they long at least? They both were 50+, so fair enough on him. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. But yeah, I mean, that's a successful rebuild if I've ever seen one. 3 straight wins in a Super Bowl, a combined season finishing of, what, 30, 40, 43, and I believe 5. 43 and 5 in 3 seasons. That's not even including the postseason. That's ridiculous. It's amazing. Yeah, it's Hall of Fame for pretty much everyone on this roster. Basically every one of these guys. The whole offensive line, Hall of Famers. Evan Ingram, maybe. Michael Thomas, Hopkins, obviously Hall of Famers. Kyler Murray on his way to Hall of Fame. Le'Veon Bell, Hall of Famer. Defensively, Daniil Hunter, Hall of Famer. Tyron Fitzpatrick, all these guys Hall of Famers now. Don't worry about it, guys. I just sent you to Hall of Fame in 3 years. No problem. But anyways, hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you have any suggestions for future rebuilds, special rebuilds you want to see, let me know. Of course, Madden 20 is coming out rather soon, so we're looking forward to that as well. Yeah, if you're new to the channel, maybe subscribe, like the video if you did like it, and then follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr. But anyways, hopefully you come back for next video. But until next video, see ya!